ScouterStan. Just want to talk a little bit about this big secret that's been around for about 5 or 6 years, and that is the National Youth Council. This is a group of youth that are working with the National Committee on developing programs and getting feedback from the youth directly about their program. Without this feedback, a lot of times it would be very easy for National to kind of get lost from that input from the youth about their own program. So as scout leaders, we need to think about scouts that have experienced a lot of what's going on within the troop or the crew or even the sea ship. This is something that the older youth actually partake in, but they need a lot of experience. And this is a national program for the youth. Now, as a scout leader, we need to be looking at scouts that have done a lot of different things in their background. They've been to national youth leadership training. They've been to a national high adventure camp or reserve. And they've had experiences with their own troop, their own crew. And they should be relatively good at communicating and working with others. Now, here's a little bit about the structure. The 2024 to 2025, from what I could tell from the outside looking in, they have about 38, 40 youth that are involved, and they meet on a pretty regular basis, and they range in age anywhere from 14 to 17. Now, this is important. They have to be in that the entire year. They have to be in that age range, that entire year that they serve on the committee. Now, when you're considering the scout for applying or auditioning for this position, it's important that they have a lot of experiences in the troop, in a crew, and especially you want to make sure they have a decent amount of rank. Eagle Scouts are perfect opportunity for them to give some service back. OA members of all kinds is very important that they're involved also. Now, the way they do their selection, they have a very short window that comes open, and it's an online audition. You will be asked to fill out a lot of paperwork and maybe even ask for nomination letters. As far as the actual process, it's best not to get the scout tied up in a process because it can change depending on their needs from national of who they need to represent certain things. They may be focusing on something to do with merit badges, so they want to make sure that the scout is familiar with the merit badge process. National might be even considering changing some of the requirements for rank advancement. So having those experience or even a feedback about a national high adventure experience that could actually be improved. The responsibilities and impact of the National Youth Committee is to give input directly back to National about the different programs and things that they have experienced. Now, while they serve on this committee, they'll be asked to partake in some national event, influencing programs and resources at different things at National Jamboree, feedback on advancement, handbook, all the different things that go along with leadership opportunities. And they learn and work with alongside adult leaders from National at that level. Hey, before we go any further, I want to make sure that you know that you are invited to the campfire chat meeting we have each month on the first Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. We get together around the campfire and talk about all kinds of scouting issues, and you have a reserved seat in the chat where you can ask questions of anyone on the live show. So you don't want to miss it. Let me take a moment to just thank all of the patrons on Patreon. They've been financially supporting this podcast for quite some time. Also, I want to thank all of the members of the YouTube channel that have also been supporting financially what we do here. If you have a moment, you can definitely check us out at ScouterStan.org. Okay, now that you got the information, let's head on back. Now, as an adult leader, considering getting a youth involved in this, one of the big things that the youth are looking for, and this is something that could be a benefit, is leadership development at a national level. Networking with other top youth leaders within Scouting. And with all of that, a chance to have a real say in Scouting America's future. There will be opportunities for public speaking, collaboration with their peers, along with program planning and presentations. Now, at this point, you're probably saying, how do I get a scout involved? There is an application, or what I call an audition, that's done online. You need to have a scout that has experiences and is camped and done things with the troop, the crew, or even the Sea Scout ship. Some of the things that they're obviously looking for is strong leadership, communications, and their commitment to the Scout Oath and Law. Scout leaders, the adults, us adults, should be looking at scouts that really would fit in with a group. Now, they will be working remotely, so there's no travel or relocation involved. We live in a Zoom world. And that's kind of their meetings that they have on a regular basis. So scout leaders need to be looking for scouts that would be perfect in this role. It is absolutely important to have a youth committee working with Scouting America nationally because it ensures that youth voices are heard and have buy-in or input towards decisions that do affect the youth program. National is hoping that by listening and focusing on the youth committee to keep Scouting relevant and responsive to today's challenges. In all, this will help strengthen the program for generations. Now, I personally encourage you to think of some of the scouts that you work with who would be perfect for this role. Now, if you have additional questions, you can definitely leave them here, or you could put them on the YouTube channel. I will put the link in the description, but it's only open for a very short period of time. But keep this in mind. We do so much for our scouts. It's important that the scouts actually put in that input. Scouting is youth-led, and the National Youth Council makes sure that's true all the way to the top. Keep up the great work that you're doing for your scouts. They need your guidance. They need mentorship and coaching. And until next time, I will see you on the trail.